When Israeli Defense Forces began their ground operation in the Gaza Strip, they asked the residents to flee to south for safety. But now Israel's offensive has extended to the south of Gaza. Israel says Hamas exists in the south, and the troops will hit Hamas targets wherever they find them. In the latest, at least 26 people have been reportedly killed in a strike on a residential building in the southern Gaza Strip's Khan Younis region. As per a hospital director in the region, facility had received 26 dead bodies and 23 people with serious injuries after the strike. Israel's ex-Prime Minister Ehud Olmert has said that war will go on, and the end game is to end Hamas. He has claimed that Hamas's underground command center is not in Al-Shifa hospital, but is based in Khan Younis, a city in the southern of Gaza. The IDF has released a video showing RPGs, mortar shells, and other weapons they found inside a kindergarten and an elementary school in northern Gaza. Residents are attempting to flee to southern Gaza in large numbers. On your screens are satellite images that depict the unprecedented scale of the exodus. These images indicate a more dire phase in the war. Meanwhile, Israeli strikes continue to hit civilian infrastructure. These include refugee camps. Displaced Gazans are in agony as they have nowhere to go.
أعرفك عن حالي لا مبالاة في التعريف زينا مواطن من هالبني آدمين اللي هجوا من الجنوب. طلبوا من سكان غزة من احنا من اهل المواطنين من غزة قالوا تفضلوا على الجنوب. تفضلنا على الجنوب. هلقيت طلب يقول تعالوا الجنوب ارحلوا. وين نروح؟ احنا بدنا نفهم احنا وين رايحين بالضبط. ما حدش فاهم ايش الدنيا. الحكام العرب الدنيا الحياة بطل في حاجة حدا نفهمها بالمرة. ايش فيه؟
5 countries have now called for an international criminal court investigation into the war crimes in the Israel-Hamas war. The countries are South Africa, Bangladesh, Bolivia, the Comoros Islands, and Djibouti, all ICC members. They have sought an investigation of the situation in the state of Palestine. Hamas, on the other hand, claimed to show its response to Israeli strikes. It released a video showing its military wing targeting and firing arms at a house where Israeli soldiers were holed up. Other visuals show rockets fired from the Gaza Strip towards Israel and the Iron Dome system intercepting them. As the fighting continues, Israel has agreed to allow 2 fuel trucks to enter the Gaza Strip each day. However, this quantity is being described as the bare minimum for around 2.3 million Gazans. Israel says the fuel will be allowed for Gaza's communications system, water and sewage services. Separately, talks around the war continue. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan was on a visit to Germany. He met German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, and discussions on the war divided the two leaders. Back in Israel, Defense Minister Yoav Gallant hosted his French counterpart in Tel Aviv on Friday. The two discussed the humanitarian issue of the hostages held by Hamas. The duo also shared operational achievements and developments on the ground. Over in the United States, President Joe Biden again pressed for the immediate release of hostages during talks with the Qatari leadership. EU Foreign Policy Chief Josep Borrell met with Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas and Israeli Minister Benny Gantz on Friday. Borrell was trying to achieve a balancing act as he expressed solidarity with both sides. He also reflected an attempt to stick to a middle ground acceptable to all 27 EU countries who have deeply rooted differences about the wider Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Bahrain's Crown Prince called for a hostage trade between Hamas and Israel in order to achieve a break in hostilities. The prince condemned the October 7th Hamas attack and the Israeli air campaign that followed. He also said that security would not be realized without a two-state solution, in which he described the United States' role as crucial. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.